What's up, bros? This is the Spyro Snorlax channel with myself, Mike, Motopsych, or Michael, whatever you want to call me. And we'll be doing a review today on a really awesome movie, because this is the first movie review video that I'll be doing so far. So I thought we should discuss the Ghostbusters. That's right, the Ghostbusters. Now, one thing about this movie, it's really, I don't know how to explain it. It's really more like of a comedy than a horror. But no, scratch that. It's actually more in between the two. It's more like of a comedy and a horror in somewhat of a way. But basically, the movie starts out with a librarian going around the library. Oh, excuse me. And she gets of course you all know it, she gets possessed. Or not possessed, she gets tortured around a bit, and then she screams like, ah! And then it cuts to the title, and then it leads to the doctors and the actual Ghostbusters going to investigate the library. Well, I don't want to spoil it too much because it's a really good movie. Really good. It is one of the greatest movies in the 80s of all time, basically. And and I noticed that a lot of people, like a lot of nerdy people that are like into comics and like anime and stuff, like Back to the Future, yada yada yada. That Ghostbusters is a part of that area right there. And I will say this: if you even consider yourself nerdy in any way possible, and you do not know what the Ghostbusters is, or you haven't even seen it, or even ever bothered to see it and say, oh yeah, I've seen it, and you're just lying to everyone, don't even call yourself a nerd, alright? Because this right here is a prime example of what a nerd should be. This is one of the crown jewels of being a nerd, is to know this movie and its characters and the storyline and how much meaning it has. But my ratings for it, I'd give it a 9, because some of the not the dialogue, I know it's an 80s film, but I think they could have done a little more, like when they caught Slimer, and then it just escalated from there. But I believe that they should have did like another ghost capture or something like they did with Slimer, but just with a different ghost. Or they could have went back to the library and caught the ghost, or the library ghost, because they did that in the Ghostbusters video game. But I really wish they would have done that in the movie. But it is one of the best movies I have ever seen by far. It is one of the greatest movies in the 80s by far. And the video game is also quite good. I mean, but it gets to the point like if you beat it, basically, it's like you just don't want to play it anymore unless you want to get if you have the Xbox version like I do, you're going to want to try to get most of the achievements that were in the game, and if you miss them, you just want to go back through and play it. It's basically what I did. But I think it's one of the best games I've ever played. I played it like 3 times, maybe 4. But we're not talking about the game. We're talking about the movie. So, anyways, I'd give it a 8.5 or an 8, maybe a 9. No, scratch that. It's a 9. What am I even saying? Call myself a nerd. So I guess this wraps up for this video. If you like what you see, subscribe, and there will be more to come. I'm not saying what I'll be reviewing next time, but just be prepared. It'll be another good movie. So, until then, I'll catch you bros later.